Thanks. CA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the Inner Harbor and M&T Bank Stadium here in Baltimore, Maryland. The two teams emerging from their respective tunnels a minute ago to the approval of this Baltimore crowd. They're all set as their Ravens will match up with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. It's the final 3 weeks of the season. Still plenty to play for here as we're underway in Week 15. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, it's Jackson. Flushed out right. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. On the ground with their leading rusher from a season ago, it's Alex Collins. Looking for an opening, not much there. He'll get it to the 39. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8. They'll run it here. This is Buck Allen. And he'll muscle his way up to the 43 for a pickup of right around 5.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
Jackson looking to throw on 3rd. Flush to his right. He can run for it, and he will. And he's out of bounds just before the midfield stripe at the 49. 5 yards on the scramble, and that's enough to pick up the first. Now a play fake here on 1st down. And he's going to drop this off to his fullback. They'll give him 8 on the play, and it'll make it a 2nd down.
Now, that's often a surprise for the defensive guys when they see the big fella slide out of the backfield and catch the ball. Not something they usually go over in practice very often.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards.
Now let's go. 3-19.
Now Collins. And he stopped immediately there. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2.
Brandon, one thing about blitzes, they really confuse offensive linemen at times, and what you have to do is lock in on the guy right in front of you. If you don't, you saw the end result. Defensive tackle ended up making the play.
So 3rd and 2, this quite possibly 4-down territory, though, if they're stopped. They'll try and run for it with Collins. And he'll be brought down at about the 42. He needed 2, he got 1, and that's going to leave him with 4th down at a yard.
Brandon, you're a big lover of music. How about what you just saw there? This is what I call playing the piano for a defensive lineman. The ability to move laterally up and down the line of scrimmage. How about the way he just flowed and got to the outside part of the field and made that play?
And on their first drive, the offense staying out there. They're going to go for it on fourth. Now a carry here for Orleans Darkwater. And the surge is going to be too much defensively. He's hit and taken down in the backfield. And that could be a major momentum swing here early.
Because the defense stopped them. How great is that? They go for it on the first drive of the game. They're the ones trying to establish something, trying to assert a little dominance. And guess what? You turn it back on them and give the ball to your own offense. I agree with you. It could change momentum in a big way.
And he's got it across midfield and down to about the 47-yard line. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 2. On second down, it's Jones. Uses the spin. Past the 20. A big run there by Jones. 46 yards on the ground. You and I have talked about it before, but what about the year this guy's had on the ground? You come in as a rookie and in the discussion as MVP.
And people have always told me, running back, one of the easiest positions to break in, but not to this level. If you're talking MVP.
And he's in. Touchdown, Buccaneers. Ronald Jones with touchdown number 20 on the year. And the Bucs have taken a first quarter lead. Extra point right down the middle. And that makes the score 7-0. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. And now here come the Ravens. And last time out, went for it on fourth down, turned it over, gave them great field position, turned into 6 points, so they've got to recover here, Charles.
It's amazing what one decision can do in the chain of events, right? The decision to go for it on fourth down.
Caused all of that.
It caused every bit of it, but it showed confidence. Hey, I've got confidence in you guys. Go pick it up for them. Didn't happen. Also showed confidence in the defense. They didn't pick up their end of the bargain, so now they've got to come back out and start over and rebuild that confidence.
Going deep here for Bryant. And that's caught inside the 30. It's a big play there for Baltimore. 51 yards.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to. They flip field position there. A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone. They go play action here on first down. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line. A little careless with the football, and he also had a fumble loss last week, didn't he?
He certainly did, and when I'm watching him play, the one thing that comes to mind is always remember, traffic, turbulence, people around you, 2 hands. Get 2 hands on the ball. Grip it tight. I know it looks cool to have it in one hand, but put it away, tuck it away, because you've got to take care of the ball.
They'll start the drive with a carry by Jones, and able to get a couple as he's across the 40 to the 41.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
The give is to Jones. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs. Getting the sense, Charles, they're going to put a big emphasis this afternoon on the run game.
And why not? What we're seeing so far is working pretty well from them. And here's the best part. We always talk about the best performers do their job when the lights come on. I think he likes natural light best.
Now a first down carry by Jones. Room to run inside the 40. And finally marked down at the 23. That one 28 yards on the ground. We've seen him break off a big run already in this game, and for a second, that one looked like it might be another.
Yeah, I think that any defense would say, look, we can't let him get to the second level because sometimes he'll break off the big run on his own, but oftentimes you get additional blocking at the second level, which gets you deeper into the secondary.
So in Raven territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 23. Off the play fake, Winston. He's got his tight end over the middle, O.J. Howard. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards.
Nice job, nice patience right there. Put him on the right side, let him work his way across, put the ball in his hands, and let him work his way upfield with a catch.
2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. Now Jones. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Ronald Jones, his 21st touchdown of the season. And the Buccaneers here finding a way to stretch their lead. Point after, right down the middle. And it's now 14-0. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Ravens offense now, they get set and head back onto the field. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll push his way forward to about the 32. Give him 6 yards on the carry. It's going to be 3rd and 3 now.
All right, Brandon, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
Second quarter now. Brandon Gaudin, Charles Davis with you.
4 down, check, 4 down. Set, blue, landing.
From the gun on 3rd down, Jackson. And that is incomplete. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They've looked lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. And he'll take this in at the 1-yard line. Oh, I nearly broke that one. As it stands, though, a heck of a 36-yard run back. And the Bucs will get ready to go on offense. Now the Buccaneer offense gets set to take over. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Now a 2nd down throw for Winston. And this is going to be incomplete.
Everything about that play tells you about today's NFL offenses and what they're asking out of running backs. You can't just be a guy who can run the football. You have to be able to catch it as well, and he didn't get that done on that play.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down.
Ready. Blue ready. Green, trouble safe.
From the shotgun, it's Winston. He rifles one that's intercepted. Delvin Blow with a pick. And to the 40-yard line, that's where the return stops.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
After the interception, here's Jackson. Escaping the pressure right. That's complete. It's Collins. And he gets it down to the 32. Give him 7 on the play, and that'll make it second down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the...
And he's going to go down. They get to him back at the 40. Vinny Curry breaking through to get him for a loss of 7. On third down, Jackson. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Vinny Curry in there to get him his second sack now of the afternoon.
Detroit!
They're going on fourth down. It's Jackson. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at about the 31. And shedding the tackle, and now some room. 30, 10, and he will score. Touchdown, Tampa Bay.
What you just saw there, first-round talent, second year, even more success. A pick 6 for a touchdown.
A great play. And it's tough for these guys, you've told me before, to adjust in the secondary as a first-year guy. So that sophomore season is big for them.
They really start to expand the playbook for them even more. Sometimes they dumb it down a little bit to make them comfortable year 1. By year 2, they should have all the nuances, and now they've adjusted to the speed of NFL play as well.
Showed right there. And not a bad return. Here he gets it out to the 25-yard line. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. And last time, decent field position through the pick 6. Obviously costly.
But they can't afford to just bunker in now. All right, good field position means go ahead and attack on offense. Try and press the advantage a little bit. They just have to be better with the football on this possession.
So that didn't bother you too much last time?
No, because it's exactly...
Nowhere to go. Here he lost the football. And the offense will cover this one up, but they'll be pushed back inside their own 10.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is second and long. Now it's Jackson. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. It's a gain of 5, and it's going to be third down and forever.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
The Ravens on third down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This will be third and a mile.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
From the gun, Jackson. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up fourth down. Seems like this defense, especially the secondary, has really been contesting about every throw in this first half.
Remind me of a good half-court defensive basketball team. Every time a pass is thrown, they're right there in good defensive position, able to affect the play.
They'll call that a 61-yard punt. He got all of that one. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Here comes the Tampa Bay offense now heading back out onto the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. And he's got it up over the 40 to the 41. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. Now Jameis on 2nd down. Over the middle, he finds Godwin complete. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. An excellent pickup of 34 yards.
And that was a heck of a shot right there by Jameis Winston. Boy, he has a superior right arm, doesn't he? You saw him play baseball.
Yeah, he's actually a switch hitter in baseball. Outfielder, and then, of course, a very hard-throwing pitcher. That's translated well in the National Football League.
That it has. When he has to make that throw on a line, he's got plenty of arm to do it.
So in Raven territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 25-yard line. A give to Jones. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It'll wind up being a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd and 12. Here's Winston. Left side here, that's complete to Godwin. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. 19 yards on the pickup there, and now they'll have it 1st and goal. And now the passing game here in the second quarter starting to heat up a little bit.
Don't you feel the rhythm starting to happen, right? You see it now, the confidence is starting to rise. I think now as a play caller, because that has happened, you lean on it a little bit more. You don't go totally away from running the football, but you do say, guess what? We can throw it well with a whole lot of confidence.
They'll give it to him up the middle. He'll get 2 out of that run, and it's going to bring up a 2nd and goal. Defensively, pretty good start there with their backs against the wall.
That's a win for the stop troops right there, and if I'm them, I get a little bolder now. They won the first battle, keep coming after them, put the pressure on them.
They give it to him running left. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. 1:58 to go in this first half of play. We're back to Baltimore after this. Here's Jones. Oh, nice spin.
Oh, that brought back bad memories.
And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. Call it 6, maybe 7, but now they're left with 4th down and goal. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And now the Tampa Bay field goal unit comes out here. From the right hash here, should be an easy one. And his kick is right there. It's good. And that stretches this lead even further. It's now 24-0. A good drive gets them inside the 5, but they could not punch it in.
And credit the defense, too. Make sure that that happens because that was the old bend but don't break approach. Made sure they contained them when they absolutely had to and forced the field goal attempt that went through.
Here comes the Raven offense now, ready for another possession. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. They'll roll him out right. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away incomplete. Now that'll bring up second down.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get this one up to the 26. He only got a couple on that one, so not a ton of help. They'll have a 3rd and 8 forthcoming. You mentioned very early on the need to establish a running game for this young QB. They really haven't been able to do that, though, in the first half.
So that means what in halftime? Adjustments time, right? Figure out what they are, figure out the things that they really want to accomplish, and who to run behind. Which are your better blockers? Find those guys and get in that direction.
To throw is Jackson on 3rd down. Looking for Crabtree, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Troy Apke, and they will set up shop in enemy territory at the 42-yard line. Here's a give to Jones running left. There he goes inside the 30. And finally taken down at the 20-yard line.
I thought going into the 2018 draft, running back was a priority for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and they got one of the best ones in the draft, and Ronald Jones II out of USC. He's a guy who knows how to make people miss, but also not afraid to lower his shoulder and make his own way.
And that's what we saw there as he powered his way forward for the first. And they'll keep on the ground with Jones. And he'll get this one down to about the 17. The tackle made by the corner, Jimmy Smith.
It went right back to him, but he pretty much had nowhere to go on that play.
Yeah, the previous carry looked pretty good. That one, maybe he was a little tired. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe he should have tapped out and had a second back come in and maybe make that run. Who knows?
Now Winston. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And a stoppage here, a timeout before this 3rd down play takes place. As they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play. On 3rd down, here's Jones. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave him with a 4th down.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
And his kick is good. And the lead increases even further. It's 27-0 now. Still a little bit of time left here in the second quarter, but they do get 3 before the half and expand that lead.
And they have to be happy about that. And we haven't met a team yet that doesn't put an emphasis on trying to get points on the board in the last 2 minutes of a half. They'll be real excited to have those up on the board.
The Ravens offense now, they get set to head back on the field. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And he got blown up on that play. Back at the 20. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. The loss of 3 on that first down pass play. Now 2nd and 13. Final play of the half here. It's Jackson. Steps away, and he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. So we have reached halftime here with the visiting Buccaneers out on top. This is fielded at the goal line. He's got the lane, and there he goes. The 20, 10, touchdown, Tampa Bay. KD Cannon taking it goal line to goal line, 100 yards. And this Buccaneer offense is running away with this one. Extra point up and through, and that will extend this big lead. So let's try this again. After the kick return TD, here's yet another kickoff. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Ravens offense getting ready now for their first possession of the second half. They come out here with a 0 on the scoreboard. What was said in that locker room? That's what I want to know.
I would love to have been in there because we often have the feeling that there's a lot of shouting, screaming, people upset. But typically, halftime locker rooms are a lot more clinical than that. And in this case, are they upset that the plays weren't working because of execution, or did they think they were just bad plays to call?
Yeah.
We'll find out pretty quickly here if they feel like they had something going, but they just need to do it a little bit better or not.
We'll find out. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards.
Hey, boys, we got 4 down. All right, here we go.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. So they get half of what they needed. It'll be 3rd and 6 upcoming.
But you've got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball because they were in a 2nd and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to 3rd and manageable with that run.
The Ravens on 3rd down. They've had their troubles, just 1 for 6. This will be 3rd and 6.
Hurry up, here we go.
They stay on the ground with Allen, and he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. Call it a gain of 4, but not enough. The punt team going to need to be summoned here on 4th down.
Now, that was a big-time play by the defense. They as well knew where the first down line was, and they didn't let them get anywhere near it.
Here's Sam Cook now as he's on to punt for Baltimore. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. This is taken at the 15. So dangerous with a football in his hands. Call that a return of 38. And the Buccaneer offense will be set up well as they take over. Now the Buccaneers offensive unit back out on the field. They were able to get the ball back here, didn't surrender any points. Now they'll look to add to that lead.
Now, how about the boost the defense gave them? Going right out on the field, shutting them down, not giving up any points, and turning the ball back over. They want to do their part now and show them a little respect and some gratitude by scoring some points.
And to get a little more cushion.
3rd quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out. But a running game can really benefit your team right now.
Second down, Winston. He's going to let this go deep for Jackson. And they went for a big play through the air on 2nd down. Couldn't connect. Now it's 3rd.
But it's not been the best game for him. But he definitely tried to get by with a little help from his friend there, trying to create a big play.
Couldn't do it, fell incomplete. But you're right, hasn't been a banner game here in the second half, just trying to get going.
Big thing is trying to keep confidence up and continue to fire.
On 3rd down, Winston. It's caught, Jones. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Now Jones. And he's got room. And out of bounds all the way down at the 3. He's able to rip off 32 on that one. It's a 1st down.
Outside handoff to the right side. If you're a running back, you love getting the ball early so you have vision to see what's happening in front of you.
Right tackle likes that call. Big play for him. But don't forget about the guys you always tell me on the backside sealing off.
When they talk about cutoff blocks, making sure no one can leak from the backside.
And he's in. Touchdown, Buccaneers. Ronald Jones, touchdown number 22 on the season. And this Buccaneer offense, they're running away with this one. Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead will swell by one more. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. And the Ravens taking the field. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that.
Now Jackson on first down. It's caught left side by John Brown. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. That throw good for 4. It's second down.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
Second and 6, just inside the 30. They'll run it now out of the gun. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Stop made there by Gerald McCoy.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
The Ravens on third down. It's been a problem. Just 1 for 7 thus far. This is 3rd and 7.
Set! Green 39! Green 39! Hey, we gotta get the nice mic over there.
They keep it on the ground. Allen again. And he'll slip his way up across the 30 to the 32. It's a gain of just 3, and the offense likely going to yield to the punting unit here on 4th down. Here's Sam Cook now. He's been one of their few bright spots so far. On is the punter Cook, who sends it away. Taking it about the 16. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Around the NFL, 3rd quarter at Mercedes-Benz Stadium in Atlanta. And the Falcons have added to their lead. We'll keep you updated on that one as it progresses. Winston and the Bucs take over now, 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line. They'll start out on the ground with Jones. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
Yeah, let me puff out my chest a little bit. Even though I'm not rooting for either team, that was a really nice defensive play. It's awfully fun to watch, even in an offensive game.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
Ready. Blue ready.
Again, it's Jones. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. No gain that time, and it leaves them with 3rd and 11 coming up. The Bucs on third down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 11. They'll pitch it out to Jones. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. It'll be a gain of 4, but it won't be enough. It leaves them with a 4th down now.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. Here comes the Buccaneers punter now. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the 3rd. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
Well, you know how in baseball when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
And not much there as he gets it up to about the 5-yard line.
Well, big man with ball met bigger man on the other side of the line. A really nice play for the defense.
Second down, Collins. And he'll find a little space. He gets us up near the 10. It was Kendall Donnerson who made the stop on the defensive side.
Well, they certainly have been able to get him going and establish the run, so I think it's time to abandon that plan and start chucking it all over the park. And you know who's excited about that? The defensive front. They got a chance to pin their ears back and get after him now.
Back now in Baltimore. The Ravens on third down. Just 1 conversion in 8 tries. Not good. This is 3rd and 4.
Hey, boys, got 4 down. All right, here we go.
They go again with Collins. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. Give him 3 yards there as that'll take us to 4th down. He has just been completely taken out of this game. We're in the 4th quarter. He's single digits in the rushing department.
And I know we look at him because the numbers do go to his production. But how about the guys blocking for him? They don't just have his number as a ball carrier. They've got the number of the offensive line and the other guys because they're getting to him before he can get started.
They'll throw on first down with Jackson, eluding the pressure right. And they're able to bring him down at the 20. He'll get just a yard on the scramble. It's 2nd down.
How about a tip of the cap to the defense? They're working against a very mobile quarterback, but all day long they've kept him under wraps. And on that play, they held him to a short gain.
Play action. It's Jackson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Noah Spence in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year. Here's Jackson on 3rd and long. And he's going to go down. Back at his own 5-yard line, it's a sack. And you hate to say it with a rookie quarterback. He's done some good things, but overall, looked a little bit overwhelmed back there, hasn't he?
He certainly has. But in his defense, he hadn't had a lot of time to throw the football. You like the way I said that? In his defense.
In his defense. I got it.
You see what I did there?
Yeah, he needs better protection, that's for sure. Here's Sam Cook now. He's been terrific so far. And he's able to get it out of there, and this is a pretty good kick. This is brought in at the 21. Excellent work on the run back there, 33 yards. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. Now a handoff. Running left is Jones. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
Ready. White 25.
They'll go again to Jones. 3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on 3rd down?
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
The Bucs on 3rd down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. Here it's 3rd and 3. They'll try and run for it with Jones. And he's going to be taken down right at the line. Call it no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down. So now here comes the field goal team for the 3rd time today. This officially a 55-yard attempt. And he has got it from 55 yards away. That was never in doubt. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Ravens offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. And right now these guys, they're shuffling a little bit, maybe doubting, because 3 straight drives have ended with them punting the football away.
Yeah, so you start pointing fingers at each other a little bit, asking a lot of questions. What are you seeing? What are you getting? Maybe trying to narrow down your playbook a little bit and maybe get simpler rather than more complex in order to try and fashion together a drive.
Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10. Here's Jackson. It's complete to Brown, right side. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. Nice way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a 1st down.
Nice game there, partner, but you and I both know that won't do anything for the final score. They're not going to win this one. Right now they're playing for pride and fantasy points.
And just to erase that goose egg, nobody wants to be shut out. Throwing on 1st down, it's Jackson. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. 2nd and 10. Here's Jackson again. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. That one good for 13 and a Raven 1st down. Offense for them has been at a premium. You wonder where plays like that have been all game long.
They're thinking the exact same thing themselves, but they're also looking forward now because now these plays are really for next week, trying to get some momentum going.
So a 1st and 5 now after the 5-yard penalty from the neutral zone infraction. And Jackson throwing once more. Flushed out right. And some room to work. It's a pickup of 11 and a Baltimore 1st down.
Looks to me, partner, like he's learned a little bit because earlier in the game, I think he was trying to force a lot of throws into some windows that just weren't open.
Yeah, the interceptions had plagued him, especially a 2nd interception, really a bad throw. So maybe a better decision there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I think he learned from earlier in the game, and he's applying it now.
Jackson. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35. Jackson now on 2nd and 10. And that's complete to the right side. It's Allen. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. From the gun, it's Jackson. Flush to his right. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down.
What's the old adage? Be quick, but don't hurry. Well, that went right out the window there. He was hurried, harassed. That ball had to be gotten rid of. Otherwise, he was going to get sacked.
Number 8's coming. Number 8's Mike. I got you, boy. I got you.
Jackson throwing on 3rd and long. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the Buccaneers have it.
Okay, this isn't one where you want to take the game tape and hold it up as an example, do you? I mean, you talk about frustrating all the way through. And that last error, I think that crystallizes it, doesn't it?
Absolutely. That's been representative of their entire game still being shut out. They'll run it with Jones. They'll wind up getting 4 down to the 36. Time for a break. Back to finish it off on EA Sports after this. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. Tackle made there by Tony Jefferson.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments and doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the 2nd level.
The Bucs on 3rd down. They've had their troubles, just 1 for 6. Here it's 3rd and 2.
41 Mike, right here, 41 Mike. And let's pin the mirrors back and go full strength.
Here's Jones. And he's able to get the first here as he's taken down at the 25. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains. Defense still with 3 timeouts. We'll see if they want to use them here as the kneel down comes. The storyline in this one, Charles, no doubt the number 0. Zilch, nada. A shutout so hard to do in the NFL.
It really is, and what an accomplishment, because you feel that not just on the defensive side, but as a full team. There's a lot of pride that goes into shutting out an opponent. And how about that 0 on the scoreboard for them, going along with those zeros in the time column too.
So for Tampa Bay, they continue to roll as the win gets them to 12-2 on the year. And they'll get another road test next week as they head to Big D to take on the Cowboys. Meanwhile, for the Ravens, their slim playoff hopes are gone now as they fall to 5-9. And they will try to turn it around next week as they head down to Carson for a matchup with the LA Chargers. So for our entire crew, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.
One in the hand, one in the bag, bubbling. Look at the cash coming in. Come get your man, Slim Book of bugging me. Quit out that jaw jackery. Don't even be that, I don't want none of it. He's mad about it, had enough of it. Whoa, watch what you saying, how the poppin' is shaking. Got is a lazy, my posse dipping, I read it. The for the paper, had a dream and I made it. El Camino on Dayton's, bitches guess over bait. Put the bread on me, that on my bacon. Big it flat in the bacon, I might just roll out today. I might just roll out to Vegas, head back to my old ways. Cop a roof all day. Look at me, baby. Look at me, baby. Don't I look like a million? I'm about to be out the state. Don't I look like somebody that just be bodying everything? All that talking is great, but I don't be talking. I air it out. All the problems have gotten easy to bury. I'd rather kiss on my. I've been broke way longer than I've been rich, so until it levels out, I'ma take mama to the Marriott. Took me so long to get it done, spread it out. Let them know all about me when I'm dead and gone. One in the hand, one in the bag, bubbling. One in the hand, one in the bag, bubbling. Look at the cash, look at the cash, bubbling. Look at the cash, bubbling. One in the hand, one in the hand, one in the hand, one in the bag, bubbling. Look at the cash, look at the cash, bubbling. Look at the cash, bubbling. I'm gonna need all the fries you can give me, all the hot sauce, all the pie you can give me. Better be all or nothing, don't have me in the middle. You better be all you can, yeah. Super fly for the Dumbos, plenty slides I can shuffle. Hit the cadence on my young Isaac Hayes, Billy Ocean, but the old with the cane stick. Let my slippers at the function. It's hard to run the Gucci slides. That you say you didn't never. I'm a step no. Jackie Chan, no travel. Can't clean it with the beat. Dripping from the. No, Lord, not me. I can never be the one you want to stuff for. Money, that machine. They fell down my stove. R.I.P. the times that I was broke. Acting like a 9/11 folks. Matte black, liquor clean. Dead places in and I'm a local. Cooking up canard. Waiting for the antidote. Running out of time. Pictures thinner than a pantyhose.
Don't get empty your pockets. I don't do that. You're my friend. You do what I tell you to. Get over it. He's gonna get nasty.
One in the hand, one in the bag, bubbling. One in the hand, one in the bag, bubbling. Look at the cash, look at the cash, bubbling. Look at the cash, bubbling. One in the hand, one in the hand, one in the hand, one in the bag, bubbling. Look at the cash, look at the cash, bubbling. Look at the cash, bubbling.
Hey, okay, pocket too big, they sumo. Pulling card like Uno. Flip like judo. You act too kudo. You and her no chance, you go. Pocket too big, they sumo. 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 Pull card like Uno. Flip like judo. You act too kudo. You and her no chance, you go. Pocket too big, they sumo. 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 Tell me who the hottest that you know. If it ain't me, you Curry get the flame calling Prince Zuko. Swimming through the money like a flounder. Hold up. I just want the knowledge and the power. Hold up. Why the looking at me sour? Eat it like chowder. Rada. Never gave a about $1. More money, me, more problems. Pray for me to fall like autumn. Cause I got it on my own with no help, man. Got a get it, that's it, in myself, man. Didn't need a new hope, deal of a new, giving out like Shaq at the free throw. Anybody wanna be ET? Man, y'all can't see me. Out of my league, you pee-wee.